loved ones. Welcome to Midweek Connection. As I often say to you, it is an honor to journey with you on this pathway of love, joy, and peace, higher consciousness, becoming more and more aware of our true, authentic, genuine, fun, dare I say, joyful, happy selves. Did you know that it's good to have a good life? Did you know that it's good to enjoy your life? These are all good things. And our journey shouldn't consist of how much can I get rid of so that God will be happy with me, or let me line up with some kind of a religious standard. Our life should be full of joy, full of peace. We should really enjoy our lives. And so I'm honored to journey along with you with a group of people that I think believe that there's an awareness within you that life is meant to be enjoyed. Life is meant to be peaceful. And there's so much beauty in it. And I'm honored to journey with you. This is One Love Consciousness Movement, First Unity Spiritual Campus. We are all really one love as we journey along together to unfold, discover, recover, and uncover our true, authentic, and genuine selves. As we are endeavoring to not just tap into the Jesus of history or the Buddha of history, but to really tap into the mind of Christ, the heart of Christ, the mind of Buddha, the heart of Buddha, and not those individuals as human beings, not historical individuals, but the essence with which they operated. Because to be a Christ and to be a Buddha are essentially the same thing. It means to just essentially be enlightened, or we could just say awake. It doesn't mean perfection in the sense of the way we measure perfection. It just means awake and aware of your true, authentic self. Aware, as we'll go deeper into in a few moments, that I am the observer of this life. I'm a witness of this life. I'm a witness of my thoughts, my feelings, and my emotions, but I'm not those things. Those things are not me. My beliefs are not me. And I know we repeat that a lot, but I seriously do it on purpose so that we can continually be challenging how concrete we often become. The more concrete you are in your beliefs, the more open to cracks you are, the less movable you are, the less flexible, and of course the less fluid. And we're all between 60 and 80% water, depending on who's Googling and who you're talking to, seriously. The number was 80%, it was 75%, 70%, and then somebody the other day said 60%. Let me say, the higher part of you is liquid, is fluid. And I like to say that you're about 70-75% water. And water is flexible. Doesn't mean that there's not portions of our human experience that maybe should be more solid, but even the muscles in your body are still agile, and the moment they lose their agility, they become more fragile. And the same is true for your bones. Even in the book of Proverbs, it talks about how that a merry heart does good like a medicine, and that the grieving heart dries up the bones. Someone filled with sorrow dries up the bones, and that implies brokenness is around the corner. Blessed are the flexible, for they are not easily broken. So let's stay flexible in our beliefs, hold them very loosely, and be more concerned, more intrigued by, and more intent about truth than we are about our agendas and our opinions. When we're open to the truth, we are less rigid. When we're less rigid, we're less likely to be broken. When we're less likely to be broken because of the flexibility, we welcome constructive criticism. We welcome when people can come to us and be a mirror to show us places of our life that could use some adjustments. I find that it's interesting how many ministers in the world are so locked into their staunch belief, whether it's their theology or it's activism or whatever it may be, and they're completely unopen. Their hearts are closed and their minds are closed because they believe they're right. And so that if anything comes that looks even remotely like criticism, instead of welcoming the opportunity for an adjustment toward a higher level of truth, we have a tendency to push back against it and to justify and to become angry about what was said. So let's be mindful of that as we're growing. That we're going to have multiple opportunities throughout time in our life's journey to face our true self. And that is beautiful, not bad, it is beautiful. And so welcome it. Everything is coming into your life as an opportunity, not opposition, as adventure, not adversity. So if you see it that way, you welcome it and all of the learning that comes with it. Before we get into today's chat this evening, I'd like to look at a subject that today really came up for me as waking up to abundant life. This morning, our meditation was about gratitude and abundance and recognizing the abundance that's going on around us and is offering opportunity to us regularly. So as I've sat today with abundance in mind, I've also just kept coming back to this. So I want to chat with us about a couple of things that I think will help to wake us up to the abundant life that we have. Once we awaken to it, we are able to make use of it and enjoy the beauty of this abundant life. And we're all invited into that. I want to ask you to take a moment, if you would, to center yourself. We focused in this morning and throughout this day on the abundance of breath, the oxygen that we breathe, and how grateful we are for it. And in this very moment, we do the same thing. We receive a deep breath together, and we give it back. And we say thank you. We say thank you. Gratitude and abundance. Gratitude is my attitude. Abundance is natural to me. So I say, Spirit of truth, take from me what I don't need, bring to me what I do need. I am surrendered completely. Take from me what you will, bring to me what you will. I am on this journey more for truth than I am for my own agenda and my own opinions. I'm wide open to the truth that's trying to make its way to me right here, right now. So Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk on the water wherever you'd call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. And my faith is made stronger in your presence. Over these next few moments, give me the ability to see more clearly. Even if I hear something that I've heard as familiar, maybe I've heard it before, maybe this time I resonate at a cellular level with these principles. So that instead of having it as information, I gain it as inspiration today. And as I gain it as inspiration, something in me ignites. Something in me stirs. So that I will hear these truths with my whole being, not just my intellectual mind. Stimulate our spirits. Intelligent Holy Spirit, speak to us the truth that we need for this evening. Bring to us wisdom, not just knowledge. I pray this prayer in the name and the nature of the indwelling Christ's presence. And so it is. So it is. So it is. Quick drink of water here. And I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm going to ask you, if you would, to type in the comments where you're watching from this evening. If something strikes you, I ask you to consider typing it into the comments. There's a reason for this. The algorithms of Facebook, the algorithms of YouTube are helped when we comment, when we make ourselves known in the room. When you come into the room and you're being in the room and you're willing to be a part of this live event virtually, it really helps the algorithms of this message and of this mandate and ministry and this mission. So I ask you to consider on each one of these events commenting something. If nothing else, just saying hello. You know, if you want to, type in our mantra: love is who I am, gratitude is my attitude, abundance is my nature, well-being is my birthright. The more you write it, type it, say it, the more you begin to make it a part of your habitual life, the more a part of the ingredients of your whole being it becomes. So consider that today. And I deeply appreciate it. Let's look at a couple of things, 4 things I'd like to point out when we're talking about waking up to abundant life. Number 1, unleash your true potential, if you want to wake up to abundant life, unleash your true potential. Let that puppy off the leash. So many of us are holding back often because maybe in some way we were, as children, shining too much. Does that strike a nerve with somebody? Maybe somebody told you that you were being too loud, that you were being too boisterous. Settle down now a little bit. I want you to come on now. Get real. Live in the real world. Get your head out of the clouds. You've heard me say this before. I was told that so many times growing up. Get your head out of the clouds. So some of us may be afraid or a little anxious about unleashing our true potential. But as I was thinking about this today, I began to write, and I've been writing a lot more lately, and this is what came out. There is an immense depth of potential and greatness residing within you. It's just yearning to be brought forth and expressed out of you. It's like having the entire, listen to this please, it's having the entire queendom and kingdom of God nestled within your being, containing all of the divine qualities and the essence of God, just waiting to manifest in all of its glory and its completeness in your life. As I've said to you before, your potential comes from the divine. Your potential, you were loaded and coated by the divine before you ever arrived here. But potential is like dynamite. If you don't light it, if you don't light the fuse, it'll never actually reach its potential, which is to be explosive. Now, when we think in terms of explosions, most of the time we think of them as bad things. But did you know also that many, many years ago, they used to use dynamite sticks to move and make roadways and tunnels through mountains, because it would make way for them to get progress. They would see a mountain, and instead of believing that it was the end of the road, they began to find ways to build a new road. Now, some people would say that's not ecologically healthy, and I'm not arguing that point. I'm using it as an example, though, that in this life, our potential that we have is powerful. I mean, it's an immense depth of potential that's within us. It's a greatness that resides within us. Don't be afraid to shine your light just because there are other people who are afraid of your brightness. Don't dim your light for someone else who says, oh, that's too bright. Tell them put on glasses or walk away. Start living your full potential. The very presence of God, all of the divine qualities of God are within you already. The immense depth of your potential and greatness already resides within you. There's nothing to get outside of you. It is already within you. And it's the divine qualities and the essence of God that's just waiting to manifest in all of its glory and completeness in your life. The riches and the abundance of God's presence dwells in you now. It is ready right now to be unveiled and shared with the world. So take the shade off of your lamp and allow your light to shine. Pat yourself on the chest and say, the richness and the abundance of God already dwells within me. I unveil it now. Come on. The richness and the abundance of God already dwells within me. I unveil it now. So the invitation, if we're waking up to an abundant life, is to first unleash your potential. If you just unleash your abilities, if you unleash the divine that's within you and you let it do its work, you're going to start to find that when you embrace your limitless possibilities of what lies within you and that fullness comes forth, that your divine nature is going to begin to shine brightly. When that happens, you become a beacon that attracts of like kind. When you shine the light, you're going to begin to attract like kindness to that light. And that is important to waking up to our abundant life. If you want to wake up to your abundant life, unleash your true potential. Number 2, notice and let go of the urge to accumulate material possessions. And I like to say it this way. Instead of accumulating material possessions, allow them to come to you, for you, and then move through you to be a blessing to others. Keep that line of circulation going. If you want to live, I'll put it this way, if you want to live in financial abundance, give. If you want to live in love abundance, give love. If you want to live in health abundance, give health to others, joy to others, kindness to others, compassion, give it away. It'll always circulate through you. I've said this to you before. If you're going to give divine love and divine joy and peace and even finances to other people, if you're going to give it, be aware of this. As you give it, you're going to receive more. To he who has, according to the Gospels, more will be given. That sounds almost like an accumulation. It's not an accumulation. To he who has, more will be given. The one who recognizes this has the has-it mentality, a have-it mentality that I already have it, you're going to give it away because you'll recognize that the power of circulation happens. But let go of the urge to accumulate, because when you accumulate, you stagnate. When you accumulate, you stagnate. You need to know that a king or a queen, they don't have to go shopping within their own kingdom. They don't have to purchase anything within their own kingdom. When we awaken to the realization that our inner abundance resides within us already, we become open. We open ourselves to a world of endless possibilities. Let me say that one more time. When we awaken to the realization of the inner abundance that resides within us, we open ourselves to a world of endless possibilities. This abundance is not limited to material wealth. It's not limited to possessions, but rather it encompasses a vast reserve of creativity, love, joy, and the potential that lies dormant within us already. Remember, this is not about material wealth or possessions, but rather about a vast reserve of creativity, of love, of joy, and the potential that lies dormant within us. I likened it this way. Just like a dog has the abundance, it comes here loaded with an abundance of barks that it can unleash in any moment, or a rose has an abundance of blossoms and roses that it can produce, we too have an unlimited wellspring of talents and abilities waiting just to be tapped into. In other words, this is what we're talking about when we say abundance is my nature. Abundance is my nature. It is unnatural to hoard. It is natural to give. Abundance is my nature. I go back to the dharma of the dog is to bark, unless something is physically wrong with it. The dharma of a dog is to bark. The dharma of a rose is to rose. The dharma of a bee is to buzz and to be. And in it dwells the seeds of even more life. So I wrote it this way. Even when a rose withers away at the end of a season, it holds within it the seeds of new beginnings and the promise of a bountiful harvest in the next season. By recognizing and embracing the abundance that is our true nature, we begin to manifest our dreams and our aspirations with ease and with grace. Somebody say, with ease and with grace. Somebody say, I begin to manifest my dreams with ease and with grace. You see, I firmly believe that we can harness the power of our inner wealth, harness the power of our inner creativity to make the life we want, to create a life that is filled with beauty, with purpose, and with fulfillment. So let's awaken to the abundance that's within us. And let's live our lives in alignment with our true nature. And our true nature is abundance. Within every flower, within every tree is a seed. And even at its full level of maturity, it still has within it its potential to have offspring and to continue to live on. Because within you is that abundance. The rose comes out as a blossom, it comes out as a blossom, and then it turns into a flower, and then before you know it, the petals fall away or are blown away. But still, for some reason, the next time around, what happens? More roses, more blossoms, more flowers. So that abundance is ours. Notice, and this gives you the ability to release yourself from the urge to accumulate. Because you know when you accumulate, you stagnate. Live as if you have abundance naturally because you do. Number 3, embrace your inner essence of pure awareness. Embrace your inner essence of pure awareness. And here's one of the ways I do it. I realize that the world around me is a reflection of my own consciousness. It's a mirror that shows who I truly am. I'm going to say that again. The world around me is a reflection of my own inner consciousness. It is a mirror that shows who I truly am. I shared last Sunday at First Unity about what transpired with me at the beginning of that week, well, the Easter Sunday, and then leading up till that following Tuesday. I shared it in a humorous way. But I firmly believe, and some people may think this is arrogant, you can think that if you want, but I believe that we are constantly projecting onto the world who we are. And I believe I ran into me, person after person, different names, different shapes, different sizes, male, female. I ran into multiple people of different backgrounds, different ancestries, but I ran into a vibrational frequency on a regular basis of my own self. And I ask you this: if you keep running into irritable people, mean people, rude people, selfish people, ask yourself, how much of that is them, but how much of it is me? Because when I embrace my inner essence of pure awareness, I start to realize that everything outside of me is a reflection of me in some way. I embrace this truth, and it's a key to my understanding. And I wrote it this way: embracing this truth is the key to understanding your place in the grand scheme of things. You are not defined by external circumstances or challenges that you face, but by the awareness that lies within you. To me, by recognizing this fundamental truth, I begin to see myself as the observer of my own life rather than a passive participant. I am participating actively in the kind of life that I want to live. Instead of a passive participant or a victim, I am participating in my victory. You have the power to choose the role that you're going to play in the unfolding story of your life. So embrace your true self and take control of your own narrative. Write your own script and your own prescriptions. Make it a daily practice to affirm and to reaffirm your identity as the conscious being behind the scenes, and watch as your life transforms into the reflection of your innermost desires and aspirations. As I've said to you before, build the life you want to experience externally, internally. The blueprint for the building of the life that you want is within you. You are the architect. You are the one you are the alchemist. You're the architect. You are building internally the life that you want to see expressed externally. And so embrace your inner essence of pure awareness. And number 4, I like this right here. This is a blessing for me personally. Focus solely on resting into this awareness. If you're finding yourself arrested by the chaos of life, it's probably because you have not learned how to rest in this awareness that my true essence is pure awareness. There is a restful, in fact, I wrote it this way: the key to unlocking the ultimate secret of existence is a powerful tool that can lead you to the life of peace and tranquility. This resting in awareness is the key to unlocking the ultimate secret of existence. And it's a powerful tool that can lead you to a life of peace and tranquility by embracing your true state of being and understanding that peace is not a destination, but rather a journey in itself. You start to find that inner harmony and that inner contentment. Within that harmony and contentment, you'll find all of the content that you need to rest in this peaceful awareness. And it becomes your sole focus. Your sole focus every day is to rest in the awareness that you are the awareness itself, not the situation, the circumstance, or the challenges that you're aware of. That you are the knowing, not the situations that are known. As the Buddha wisely stated, there is no path to peace, no roadway to it. Rather, peace itself is the path. Get on it. When you focus solely on resting in this awareness that my essence is awareness. As Eckhart Tolle has told us many times, You don't get a life or make a life. You are life itself. You are the awareness. You're not even the thinker. You're not the thoughts and you're not the thinker. In other words, you're not the brain. The brain is not the sum total of you. You're the one who's aware of the organ brain. You're the one who is aware of the thoughts that are being thought or the thinking that's happening. But you're not the thinker either. You're the one who is aware that the thinking is going on. You're the knower. You're the knowing, or the knowing itself, not necessarily the knower. In other words, the physical body is accepting and receiving the messages that are being sent. But you are the knowing behind the body's receptivity. And you're the one who is the architect and the alchemist of your life. By the way, most of you probably know this, but an alchemist is one who can turn what seems like a terrible situation into a fantastic situation. They're able to take one level of substance and create a different substance altogether, a more pure substance. You're the one who's able to shift the circumstances without being shifted on by them. So take solace in this profound truth and allow it to guide you towards a life of ease and fulfillment, focusing solely on resting into this awareness. I embrace my inner essence as the pure awareness, and I rest in that awareness. And in doing so, I begin to unleash my true potential, and I release myself from the urge to accumulate material things, because I know accumulation is stagnation. I'm living in abundance. I'm unleashing my true potential. And it's because I have an awareness of my pure essence. My inner essence is pure awareness. And that's my focus. My focus is not on trying to become some kind of a great speaker, teacher, orator, author, singer, songwriter, whatever your job description may be, whatever it may be. Your job is not you, though. Your true potential is not just in your job. Now, you may be seeing some of your abilities coming to play in that job. That's fine. In your career, that's fine. But it's not the true sum total of who you are. You are more than your job. You're more than your title. You're more than the relationships that you have, the roles that you're playing. The true you, the true essence of you, is the awareness itself, the knowing itself. So release yourself from accumulating material things or even physical interactions and relationships with other people. Release yourself from that. Those things are not nearly as important as how you're relating to your true self. How you're relating to your true self will affect the relationships outside, but the most important thing is how you're relating to yourself. Is the true self that you are, the true awareness that you are, in command, in the driver's seat of this life that you're living? And if not, that's the only way that you'll unleash your true potential. It's the only way you'll be able to find rest in the awareness of your pure essence. So this is the invitation this evening to wake up to abundant life. I'm choosing to wake up to abundant life. In fact, type that in the comment. Type that in the comments. I'm choosing to wake up to my abundant life. I'm choosing to wake up to my abundant life. And I'm doing so by unleashing my potential, by releasing the urge to accumulate material things and material possessions, by embracing my inner essence of pure awareness, and by resting, focusing solely on resting in that beautiful awareness. And this is what brings me peace. And then I end up with a life of ease. And I say that all of this beauty and this love and this joy and this abundance and prosperity and health and wealth and well-being is coming to my life with ease, comfort, joy, and love. It's not hard. I release the belief that says it's hard to make an abundant life. I release that. I don't have to make one. I am one. I unleash it in my life by resting into that pure, beautiful awareness. And so it is. And so it is. And I want to say thank you all for sharing your abundance, for practicing the law of circulation by being here, being a part of these sessions, typing into the comments, sharing your love, passing your love along to others. by sharing financially. Thank you. We are reaching toward that goal of $10,000 by the middle of July of this year, and we're on our way toward that. And I thank you for being a part of that and considering being a part of that and practicing that law of circulation and abundance by giving. The ways to give will be on the screen as we start to exit this gathering today. And I hear the music getting started, so I'm going to get up out of here right now, in fact. And I'm going to say to you, my friends, now go and make it a great evening because you can. Peace.